Hey everyone, welcome back to This is the Police. In the last part, Jack hired, or is hiring, a private detective to investigate his wife, Laura. Definitely Laura, not Sally. And just trying to see what's going on about that, because, you know, he was meant to meet his wife, he got clocked over the back of the head, and now he's completely changed his, persona almost. We also met with someone who appears to be Robespierre and warned us about, little secret things being in the newspapers, like little messages. And you may see this little, I don't know, if it looks like a bull or something. City Hall, 2 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. Mafia, 3 thumbs up. Police station, question mark. Birds of a feather flock together. Don't know what this means. I don't know if it's do 2 things for the City Hall and ignore one of them. Do everything the Mafia says. But then I don't get what police station question mark is. I don't know. We'll try and figure this out as the time goes on. But anyway, let's get into this. Freeburg abandons drinking fountains. Honestly, just a vector of disease. Senior citizens empty pharmacies across... Okay, I think you need more in your title, but sure, Freeburg Tribune and bike ride in the city centre. Okay, again, I wouldn't be really leading with these as the main topics. Empty pharmacies, yes. Bike rides and, getting rid of water fountains, put them a bit further into the broadsheet. Anyway, let's get to work. Now this is the... I forgot, this is our, we're in trouble thing. I forgot what it's called. It's not like, a jury type thing, judge, jury, execution. This is like a tribune or something like that. Mr. Boyd, how do you relate to people of different sexual orientations? The same as usual. I don't know. It's all nonsense. It's unnatural. I'm going to say the same as usual. People have a right to love who they want. So this is because, if you remember, there was a gay protest rally or something, or against abuse for homosexuals, or I think it was just the LGBT community, if I remember exactly, more broadly. And we were more heavy-handed about the policing around it because we were trying to stay in the mayor's good books to some extent, who, by the way, is worse than the mafia, apparently. And now we have to deal with this. We have information that in your youth you had a fight with a gay man, and he even wound up in hospitals, but he didn't file charges against you. I don't remember. It was just a fight. I was just straightening out a stinking pervert. Definitely not going with that one. I don't know if this really happened. I kind of want another option to say, that didn't happen. But assuming it did happen, feign ignorance. How many decades ago was that? Maybe I got into a few fights, but I don't remember anything. Why did you send the police to the LGBT protest? That's my job. We received complaints about the noise, and I don't remember. I mean, realistically, it is his job. I know, how this sounds. But if someone's having a protest, even if it's a peaceful one, you have to have a police presence nearby just in case there is a clash. You might have an anti-LGBT, movement, trying to, lock horns with them. You need the police there to protect it. I could feign ignorance again. Let's see where this goes. If there weren't any police and the people going to a fight started killing each other, who'd be responsible for that? I wouldn't go that far, but, that's kind of my sentiments. By the way, we put a lot of money into this to, get through it. Ooh, another one of these. One man's trash is another man's treasure. But these are all the same. Garbage collection, next it appears. Garbage collection fee increases 25%. Freeburg hockey team on strike 3. Strike. 3 months no pay. That's completely different. I thought it was going to be a baseball pun in a hockey thing. That was making no sense, but honestly, the Freeburg Tribune at times doesn't make any sense. It's just me, though. I can't read, apparently. 3 months no pay? Fair enough. The hockey team strikes. That should be big news. Maybe not front page again, back page, the sports pages. Anyway. Christ icon discovered in foundation of Buddhist temple. How did it get there?
What's this, Martin? Think that'll cover breakfast?
Good Lord, Jack. You should knock.
Don't worry, Martin. I don't care what kind of business you're up to. Although on second thought, scratch that. I'm very interested in your business. In fact, that's why I'm here. You have a lot of connections?
Depends on what you need.
I want to keep my job. I've got another 5 years in me at least. I want to prove my dismissal is illegal. You know someone who can help?
Jack, are you sure you want to get involved in this fight?
Martin, let's not,
Got yourself a new toy?
Oh, you noticed, Martin. Just like a teenager, always on the move. Yeah.
Hello. Is this Mr. Boyd?
Last I checked, who's this? And where did you get my personal number?
When you work at the prosecutor's office, it's not too hard to find someone's phone number.
The prosecutor's office? Just a second. Martin, out. I need to take this.
But Jack, it's my office. Okay, I understand. I'll go grab an ice cream. As for your little problem, Jack, I think we can work something out. Give me a couple of weeks.
Weeks?
Jack, what you're asking is...
Yeah, okay, I get it. Now get out already.
Kicking them out of their own office. Despicable.
I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
My name is Lana Berman. I'm the deputy prosecutor of Freeburg. Well, one of the deputies. Not even the first deputy, to tell you the truth.
How can I help you, Miss Berman?
I don't know how to say this, Mr. Boyd. You see, Mr. Boyd, I'm in line to be the next prosecutor of Freeburg, and apparently that's happening quite soon.
Soon? Shia Broom was just re-elected for a new term.
Yes, but she'll be resigning in February. She's suffering from a heart condition, so she's chosen a replacement to carry out her term, and she chose me. You have no idea of the scandal, Mr. Boyd. I've only been at the prosecutor's office for half a year, and she chose me. It's incredible.
That really is unbelievable, Miss Berman. But what's it got to do with me?
Well, I understand how this call would seem strange to you, Mr. Boyd, but Mrs. Broom said she said that you have a lot going on, but you're the most honest official in the city. And if I really want to change the city for the better, and I swear that's what I want, then I should meet you.
I'm afraid Mrs. Broom was exaggerating.
Oh, believe me, Mr. Boyd, Mrs. Broom is not one to exaggerate. I'm sorry, Mr. Boyd, I need to run. Do you mind if I call you later?
Do I mind? Let me think. No, I don't mind, Miss Berman.
Thank you, Mr. Boyd.
Interesting. Too tired? No. You have 2 bars of energy. You have 1 bar, but you still can't. No. My band is playing a charity concert for some sick children. Can I have the day off? No. I was up late all night reading a detective story called The Last Temptation of Neptune. I'm sure someone else read this recently, but I didn't have time to check the ending. I'm almost certain the killer is Miss Clemens, or Mrs. Clemens, sorry. But I can't rest until I know for sure. Can I go home to finish reading the book? Florida, I thought better of you. Right, we have another stripe. Oh, I forgot. Chang died and we're keeping them under wraps. We have another quest, which is to murder like 3 police officers, but 2 have to be female, I think. I'll check that in the logs. But who's earned the stripes? Honestly, I could give it to Purdy. I think Austin deserves it. They've been a solid unit for me in this entire time. In fact, I probably should have given it to Mole, honestly, as a detective. I think I can give it to Detective. But in terms of the officers, Austin, you've been doing a stellar job. Right, let's start the day. Right, let's find my new tape for today. I think we're into the 4th one, Fire in the Brain. Bob Barnard and Friends. Apparently we really enjoyed their music. Right. Disappointed Mr. Sand. Jack, I thought we had an understanding. But your lack of respect is making me think otherwise. Remember, we don't treat our enemies with kid gloves. Don't make this mistake again. so we ignored Mr. Sand on one case. Please be informed we're calling in 2 of the employees who initiated the complaint against you for official interviews. Date of interrogation September 17th, so tomorrow. And Mafia, they sold the automatic weapons because we need to make money again because, you know, we just spent a lot. Let's share that with my staff though. Request from City Hall. Raise, SWAT upgrade, or jobs of detective. We have had a lot of detective work recently. Let's try and get detective. And start working through our cases. By the way, this music really swinging. Okay, fight at city centre. Noise from a garbage truck. In fact, it's so swinging. 1 second. I sort of changed my audio settings. In fact, it feels a lot louder than it used to be. Let me just pull this back a little bit. Right, noise from garbage truck woke up a vagabond who was sleeping on a bench nearby. The homeless man became angry and wanted to scold the truck's driver. A fight soon erupted. Okay. You know what? Austin, take the lead. We'll send you with Shaw and Timpson. 2 very good senior officers. By the way, I want one check as well. Do I have any slots available right now? No, I don't. Okay, we'll deal with it. I feel a little bit short-staffed right now, but I don't mind getting in with the detective. I think it's worthwhile. Right, Desire Park, theft. Jose Mumar reported a run-in with a pickpocket in the park. His wallet was stolen along with some documents and an expensive watch. I'm sure it was that red-haired brat. He was rubbing all over me. Okay, I'm sure this is going to be a false alarm, but we have to check it out. Koichi, send Robert, and Kodo. And let's see if we can catch this pickpocket. Austin's first stripe, and immediately doing a fantastic job. Well done. I'd like to think, by the way, in the prosecution cases that, you know, my staff are going to be, like, pretty favourable with me. I generally have been nice to them. I know, like, some of them I'm not let to have days off for, you know, reading a book. But still, I've been a pretty good boss in my opinion. Anyway, sitting quietly on a bench is a red-haired guy who fits the description. But in the distance there's a woman struggling with a young man in a hood, shouting and clutching her bag. Rush to the woman and the guy in the hoodie. Keep an eye on both for other suspects, or rush to the red-haired guy on the bench. I feel like this could be, like, misconstrued. I think we check with these guys first, just to make sure everything's okay. This could be wrong, but... The guy in the hoodie notices the police and tries to escape. He stumbles on several wallets and pieces of jewellery come tumbling from his pockets. Try to chase the fleeing man. Walk over to the bench and hit the red-haired guy in the face. No. Or shoot the fleeing man with a taser. Taser him. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. I don't know if the guy on the bench had something to do with it, but who knows. Anyway, I'm not going to put another song on right now because that still felt pretty loud at 20%, by the way. Anyway. Fraud in residential area. Hello. I was contracted by a lawyer named Donald Horton Jr., who told me some wonderful news. It turns out I'm the distant relative of a Nigerian prince who recently died, and he left me $15 billion. I only need to pay $20,000 in gold bullion to open an account to receive the money. But I noticed that the lawyer carries a pistol, so I decided to play it safe and call in a police escort to make sure everything goes smoothly. I hate to tell you this, but I'm not sure he's a Nigerian prince. Florida, Purdy, and Roca, can you just talk some sense into the guy? 1 second away and we'd have got another person on there, but it's not too bad. I'm surprised he needed 4 officer assaults, in fact. I guess it has a guy with a pistol. Oh no, Florida's just going to judo chop him. Right, a bus stop, public indecency. Phyllis Emery is clearly beside herself. This jerk took out his crooked dick in the middle of a crowded bus and started to poke me with it. God, it was so disgusting, I screamed. and several of the men on the bus grabbed the pervert and wrestled him to the ground. Okay. Coachy? Sure. We're dealing with a pervert with a crooked penis. I mean, if like he's being wrestled to the ground, it might even be more crooked, or maybe they'll bend it back out for him, I don't know. Right, let's see what the fraud is. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Interesting that there was no offender in there unless we've caught the Nigerian police scammer, which is what I'm going to take it as. But he just wanted an escort. So, I don't know who the offender was there. Right, City Hall has a wall repainted by some hooligans. Let me take a drink as well. If the police can't do their jobs in a timely manner and send these criminals prisoners, then they can spend their shift cleaning off the wall. Seems a bit unfair, honestly, City Hall, but I'm not going to ignore you because this is the least tame thing you've asked us to do. We'll send Robert, and Kudu. You need to earn your stripes. Oh, I just remembered as well, I actually forgot to do this. Where is it? Where's the log? It's here, is it? Backlog. Dead bodies, this is it. So then you want 3 police officers. Oh, 1 female and 2 male. I'm kind of intrigued. Public indecency. Caught the offender. No surprise there, really, when, you know, there's a multiple of people on him, on a bus, holding him down. I'm pretty happy that my boys in blue were able to catch him. How long does he want for this? Couple of days. Doesn't say specifically. That was the 14th. It's 2 days down the line, so this could be soon. Is there anyone I desperately want to have killed off? Ooh. Drug sale at the drugstore. An elderly man called the station in rage. I went to the drugstore to buy a hearing aid and some pain reliever, and the guy behind the counter tried to sell me cocaine. I don't believe this is true. What's the other one? Theft parking lot. An eyewitness saw a man in a pickup truck cruising down a road, stopping at every parked car and siphoning off the fuel into a spare tanks he carried on his back. The passerby went up to him, but saw the guy had a gun and ran. This feels like me playing Project Zomboid recently. Anyway, this seems more real, so I'm going to send Florida, Purdy, Timson, Austin, and Roca. I'm going to ignore the other one. I just don't believe this is true. Magpie Publishing House, an armed robbery. Holy moly. An armed man entered the publishing office and demanded a copy of the new novel written by Ivan Baikov, which has just gone under press. Dangerous to send 2 people, but I'm sending 2 people in the SWAT team. I'll send reinforcements if I have to. And there's a carjacking at Hells on Wheels. Man, a lot of crime going on tonight. Right, hurry back, officers. Okay, my game just minimized. Fair enough. Kind of ruined the climax there a little bit. Holy shoot, there's more. The suspect has been sighted. He squatted down next to someone's car. One end of the hose in the gas tank and the other end of the hose in the suspect's mouth. Apparently he's trying to siphon fuel. Yeah, or he's just trying to drink it, you know. Maybe he's being banned from every pub in Freeburg City. Draw weapons and slowly approach the suspect. Take the hose out your mouth and put your hands up. I mean, if he's going to do that, he's going to have to put his hands down, so please don't shoot him. Or sneak up close behind him and strike a match to see him better. That feels incredibly stupid. That feels like the option you pick if you want to kill your officers. He sees the police and quickly pulls a gun from his rear holster. He shoots wildly and misses. Shoot the man, rush the suspect and tackle him, or shoot the gas tank. Shoot him. I'm not risking Florida, Purdy, or any of these guys. Apparently we caught him, despite the fact that we shot at him. Anyway, that's going now. We're not going to get this. The carjacking, we're just going to have to ignore it. Hells on Wheels. Apologies.
We've got a situation here.
Oh, the man fires his shotgun into the air and yells at the editor. Better bring me that fucking book right now, or you'll be in the hero in tomorrow's obituaries. You there throw down your weapon or you'll be reading all about it in the morgue. Shoot the criminal with a taser. Or, actually, I had to do a second copy of the book. How about we taser the guy?
910 complete.
Nice job. Honestly, that's mighty impressive for you two.
1111.
Right, drug sales. Yes, hearing problem, false alarm. This one happened to be a false alarm as well. I can't do it. I just don't have the time for it.
113B.
Yeah, sorry. Offender escaped. Maybe we should have got more officers, apparently. Anyway, let's see what this case is now. So, the assault with a deadly weapon at the Unicorns of Arcadia Gay Club. Well, considering the cases against me right now, maybe we were happy enough to deal with this case instead. During a performance, someone began shouting racist speech at a black singer and then fired several shots from a pistol. The room descended into a panic and everyone ran for the exits. Florida, Purdy, Timpson, Austin, and the Roca. I'll send the paddy wagon too. Why not? It's getting late. I'm probably not going to need that wagon.
112 in progress.
Okay, a DUI. A passerby reported a dark sedan speeding through red lights, swerving from side to side. He's gotta be drunk or stoned. Just thought you'd know. Thought you'd want to know. Coachy Shaw, again, you've done great tonight. Can you make it 2 for 2? Double homicide report. Oh, I got 3 frames in this. So we've obviously got all the frames because, you know, there's 4 frames missing. Tall middle-aged man was dressed in an unbuttoned grey coat and a white t-shirt. Upon entering the store, he went for the alcohol, picked up a 6-pack of beer and then headed to the checkout. So this must be early. This is him picking that up and that's him entering. So I think we are definitely missing a frame, but I think these are all okay so far. We also solved one of the investigations in the last episode with our closest friend and best detective, Google. But we might want to look into more of these. Mainly this robbery, which I feel like we should be able to solve by now.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
I can't. I have no officer, so I have to refuse. I mean, I could retreat, actually. But everything was fine. I believed in these guys. Like, if these can't do it in Shift B, no one can. Like, the city's doomed if Florida, Purdy, and Timpson can't solve something. Anyway, the DUI. A police cruiser caught up with the sedan, which was swerving dangerously all over the road. Follow behind it, run the sedan into the curb, or stop the engine immediately. Oh, shout it. Just run it into the curb. The sedan suddenly turns into an underground parking garage. Head up the other way. Tell the attendant to block all the exits or follow him. Tell the attendant to block the exits. He's trapped. Coachy and Shaw! Well done. Oh, officer found pharmaceuticals at the crime scene. What do you want to do with it? Can you help me out, Mr. Sand? I am a poor police officer with only 35k to his name. Let's end the day. Also, we might want to declare Chang dead fairly soon. Ooh, another one of these. Oh, everyone thumbs up this time. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So I guess this is me cooperating with, like, City Hall and Mafia. Like, I made them all happy. Maybe that's what this is. Freeburg mail truck missing. Girl sets house fire to watch firefighters. They've been watching too much anime. They've been watching Fire Force. You hate to see it. Nursing home to get cable TV. Again, should that be the main story? Probably like a clue, admittedly. Donut didn't come into work today. Is that right, Donut? Okay, O'Sullivan apparently is in a book club with Florida. They've been reading the same book. No, you may not stay off. There's a new movie opening today starring my favourite actor. No. I'm too tired. No. You guys need to get a rest between your shifts. It's out of hand now. Okay. Let's see what's going to blow my ears off this time. Blues for Mr. T. A Bob Barnard classic. Right. First of all, where is Mr. Donuts? I mean, I didn't want to find him because he was too old. Actually, it's just because he didn't arrive. We'll wait on this and see if we can get anyone better in the personnel. Oh, I probably got my detective slot as well. No, I didn't get my detective slot. Oh. Now I've got it. Alright, who do we want? Helen Bowling or Keith Coleman? Let's get Helen Bowling. And we'll bring her into Shift A. I think they need the assistance a bit more. Yeah, they have Mole and B. Yeah, Shift A will be happy for 4 detectives. That's pretty good for us. Nice. See you at work next shift. Right, the Mafia asking my share. Your friend sent you a share from the sale of Ficus, $3. Oh, we still need... I'm going to leave that and let it float. Right, an assault at the milk factory. Factory worker Vitaly Samsonov quarreled with the head of the plant and attacked him. Colleagues called the police and are afraid to intervene because Samsonov is as strong as an ox. He took us all by surprise. Prado? Spain? McKilligody? And McDonald. We call these Joe the Big Mac. Go and deal with this guy. And what's the other thing? Disorderly conduct at the dump. Getting deja vu, I'm pretty certain this event happened before. About 2 dozen... Oh, it's Amishmen now. I thought it was just like bums fighting over, recycled stuff. About 2 dozen Amishmen chased everyone out of the city dump and blocked all access. The Amish community claims that the land belongs to them, and as evidence they're presenting a handwritten document. An eyewitness reports that it's not behaving very peacefully. Or peaceably. Is that a word? Peaceably? I don't think I've ever seen it. But there are hardly any weapons aside from a few pitchforks. I think we'll send the paddy wagon on this. I don't know how many people I'll send. Let's just fill it out. It's a good way to get plus 10 on people. But them just saying, they've just got some pitchforks. That's pretty dangerous, a pitchfork. You could definitely murder a few police officers with a pitchfork. A pitchfork, sorry. Again, we're on the furthest part of the city. You'll love to see it. Vitaly Samsonov is holding the plant manager over a vat of milk. The manager is crying and kicking his feet. Don't cry over spilt milk. And then he wets his pants. Okay, that's a bit too much. Jesus Christ, don't pee in the milk. Children drink that. Release the hostage immediately or take aim at the perp. Take aim at the perp. Please stop dangling that piss-ridden man over the vat of milk. I won't be able to eat my cornflakes in the morning. The situation is more serious than we thought. Requesting reinforcements. See? The Amish from pitchforks. Name a dangerous... I'm only joking. No, you can't get reinforcements. Deal with it. I sent you a paddy wagon, 5 officers. It's some guys with a pitchfork. Just... escort them into the paddy wagon. We'll be able to do reckless endangerment at the Freeburg Zoo. Right, let's see what this is about. We've received numerous calls from visitors at the local zoo who saw a drunken zoo employee open the cheetah cage. The dangerous cats are running amok and have started to attack people. Well, this doesn't sound like a job for the police, it sounds like a job for animal control, but... I'll send what I have. We'll send Big Mac and Prado. Also Spain. Okay, a noise complaint at the cemetery. That undead. The caretaker of the cemetery reported strange sounds coming from the crypt. I'm afraid it's the dead finally come back. These are dark days. No. I refuse. The dead are not rising. We apparently caught the offender, who I can only presume is the cheetah. and everyone's unharmed. That's brilliant news. It's also pretty close by. The police station is just across the road from the zoo, apparently. Pretty convenient, you know. You might want to go out for lunch and have a little nice lunch at the zoo. Look at like the giraffes and stuff. Sounds great. Right, an armed robbery. Now this seems more up the police's street. A man wearing a ski mask entered the LifeWire consumer electronics store. He pulled out a gun and demanded all the money and the most expensive toaster. You know, one of those toasters with 4 slots instead of 2. The store security guard was fast on his feet and managed to knock the gun out of the robber's hands. But then he grabbed the sales assistant by the throat and is threatening to strangle her unless his demands are met. You know, it takes a while to strangle someone to death. I think you could rush him. If you were willing to rush him with a gun, you could rush him with the strangulation tactics. Also, you know, you can tell, like, modern era. In the past, if a man walked into a bank with a ski mask on, you would just assume he's a criminal. Today, if a man walks into a bank not wearing a ski mask, you have to escort him out because he might have COVID. Anyway, this is serious. So let's end Prado, Spain, and Big Matt. Again, I'll be amazed if this is something real. False alarm? No, apparently the dead have risen. Terrific. Well, I look forward to that in the newspaper tomorrow. Armed robbery at the LiveWire store. So Spider-Man is throttling some woman. A man in a ski mask in the middle of the store, holding a girl by her throat and is yelling at the employees. Tried to sneak up behind the suspect. I mean, there's not a lot behind him. Pull a gun on him and make it clear that he better give up. Or calm down, let go of the girl and just leave. Pull a gun on him. The man releases the girl and starts to run, then enters the room with a bunch of refrigerators and disappears. Expand the search for the entire store. Check all the refrigerators or come out or else. Check all the refrigerators. Offender caught. Honestly, super dangerous to hide in refrigerators. Especially old ones, you know, where they used to lock behind you. That's why refrigerators and stuff like that cannot have locks on them anymore. You know, people like in a dump or something, like kids, playing hide and seek in a junkyard, you know, as you do as a child. Climb into a fridge and that's it. Suffocation. Or, in the case of Indiana Jones, you might be able to survive a nuclear blast. One of the two. Right, firefight Rubinovich Casino. A gang stormed the casino, went straight for the utility room. The eyewitnesses who called the police said he heard gunshots, and then the gang members started crying out some boxes. Or crying out. Started carrying out some boxes. How long have I got on this? Can I get Prado back, at least? Because he's really my ace in the hole. Yeah, we're going to get them back. We'll send everyone on this, by the way. This is serious. Ocean's 11 is going off at Rubinich Casino. Taylor, Spain, Bailey, Prado, Sogo, Woodard, McGillicuddy, O'Sullivan, MacDonald, or Big Mac, as we call the duo. Oh, I can't send Big Mac. Okay, O'Sullivan, you can stay behind there. We'll send SWAT, and I'm going to send the paddy wagon. This is the full combo. Vehicular accident in Chinatown. The owner of a grocery store saw a car drive onto the sidewalk and then knock over a girl who was playing with her roller skates. Then the bastard stopped, waited a second, and backed up over the child again. I've heard that's how the Chinese do it back home. But are we really going to let them get away with it? I'm going to send one officer, but I just don't believe this. Again. I could be wrong, but... Again, don't be stereotypically and racist. It's horrible. Oh yeah, they won't go out on their own. Never mind, we're going to ignore it then, apparently. Because they're not getting back in time. Offender escaped. Apologies. We are pretty, strapped on the police force right now. Anyway, we stopped Ocean's 11's going down here. Ooh. I really need to make money right now. But I'm going to try and keep as few Have you prepared the corpses I asked for? No. Formal complaint from the prosecutor's office. You've been found guilty of abusing your powers. The city requires that your salary be reduced by 50%. Excuse me, what did I spend like $50,000 on? The mafia will intimidate members of the committee before hearing a prosecution. I spent $35,000 on that and I still was found guilty. That's what you get with working with the mafia. Sloppy job. Right, please, 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 please. Prostitution Kevin's throat bar. Frank Zucker reports that a young blonde in a short dress approached him at the bar and offered to go to bed with him for cash. I've never laid down with a whore. Can you believe this bitch? Right. Woodard, O'Sullivan, and MacDonald. We're splitting up the Big Mac. Right, imprisonment at Debbie's Special Cafe. A man with a strong Spanish accent, I'm not doing it, said that a dozen people are being held against their will in the basement of a cafe. The hostess of the cafe seeks out needy immigrants, gains their trust and promises mountains of gold, then imprisons them and makes them work around the clock for stale food. According to the man who called, he was one of the slaves, but he managed to escape. The women also have 5 armed guards who regularly beat the least productive workers. Okay. Prado, Taylor, Spain, Bailey, Sogo, and McKillicuddy. I'll send the paddy wagon. I feel like I should be sending, well, maybe we shouldn't send SWAT on this. Maybe it's fair just to send police officers. Right, no new frames in the robbery. We have to solve this. Even the game is saying, like, listen, you moron, solve it. Okay. Man drops $50 into the homeless guy. A $50 bill. So it's not coins, although it does say into his hat. So maybe it is that. Maybe this is meant to be $50, but in loose change or something. I don't know, because it does specify his hat. Let's run with that. After that, I ran right to the store, but that's all I remember. I woke up in the morning with cops all over. So he gets completely blackout drunk. Right. The pharmacist's wife, when he changed his clothes, stones and debris fell out. So I think it's the pharmacist, hence why we've been going with White Coat Man. Maybe it's this, then? Like he's wearing a green coat over it? Or is it the bum, do you think? Like, maybe he breaks him instead. I don't know. All I can think is that he breaks him instead. And this is just nothing. Stones and debris fell out. Okay, let's try a new thing. Let's say he breaks him instead. He clears the place out. Sells it for money or something. That? Alright, we're going to have to employ Detective Google, otherwise we're going to be here for ages. Back in a moment. Hello, welcome back. I just checked on Google. We weren't a mile away, and in fact it was one of the things I nearly said, that I think it's the pharmacist and it is the pharmacist. And maybe he robbed his store, left, and then feigned the robbery by breaking in afterwards. I think we talked about doing this before, but interestingly this is the frame. For the homeless guy. That doesn't like $50 to me, but anyway, this should complete it. James Duff, the pharmacist with the rare skin disease. He decided to steal the medicine he needed. We knew the culprit, but we just couldn't get the frames right. Right, we have to decide whose house to go to. Which I kind of need the police for. I'm not going to do the police in... impersonation one. Fake police officers bullying girls, beating them, humiliating them. Ooh, they are horrible. We would really like our staff to come back now, but they're all going out still.
12 to 12.
Right, no new frames in the hit and run. Which probably means I need to solve that one as well. Oh! That was a false alarm. The prostitution! No! Oh, we've done bad. And we can't do that today either.
Got a situation.
The police found a secret tunnel in the basement, so this is an imprisonment, and decided to descend into a very dark and smelly room. A man notices the police, shouts something, and quickly disappears. Climb up and find the cafe owner. Turn on the flashlight and inspect the room, or chase the man. Turn on the flashlight and inspect the room. The police are taking enemy fire. Return fire, pull out the pepper spray, that's not going to work at this distance, or duck into the next room and pray the bullets. Return fire.
711 complete.
Offender caught, everyone unharmed. Civilians unharmed as well. Nice shooting. And I guess we're going to end the day. Nice job. Yeah, just keep knocking.
Mr. Boyd, I am Agent Avrahami, and this is Agent Roberts. You'll have to come with us.
What now? Oh.
Please get dressed, Mr. Boyd. We'll wait for you in the car.
Oh.
Mr. Boyd, did you hear what I said?
You know what? You boys can go to hell. I'm not going anywhere. Not right now, at least. You can come down to the police station during regular hours. You can't just come to my house while I'm sleeping, pull me out of bed without any breakfast. Right now, the only place I'm going is back to bed. I'm closing the door now, and if you...
Jack, what's all this? I told everyone what a great sport you are and how fun it would be to play a little joke on you. Where's your sense of humor gone?
Ethan, it's 5 in the morning. At this hour, the only thing that'll get me laughing is one of you feds slipping on a banana peel.
Well, what'd I tell you? He's such a joker.
You're getting old, Ethan.
You're getting fatter, Jack.
And you're getting boring.
And you're getting fired.
Fine. You win.
But you're still a snappy dresser, Jack. As I'm sure you can guess, we've got an assignment here in Freeburg. Come on, let's go. We'll fill you in at the scene. Oh, and I really am glad to see you, Jack. You have no idea. Meet Jack. This is Agent Suresh, Agent Kumaro, Agent Ellis, and Agent Dixon.
Jeez, how many men did you bring?
11 people on my team, plus 2 heads, but they're still asleep at the hotel. We got to Freeburg a couple hours ago. Actually, I was asked not to communicate with the local police, at least until the press conference, but, well, you're a friend. And by the way, you're lucky you didn't have time for breakfast. Now, the press are calling him the Dentist. Just like every other fucking maniac, he's got his own stupid nickname. We spent 19 years chasing this guy. The MO is always the same. He kills young women in a small town, drops out of sight, and then reappears on the other end of the country with a fresh set of victims. He kills without hesitation, stuns the victim, then strangles her while she's unconscious. And that's when things get fun. He uses a power tool to ream out the dead girl's mouth. For 5 years, we've heard nothing. That's the longest break he's ever taken. Then 6 hours ago, we got a crazy anonymous tip that the dentist was in Freeburg, and he'd already committed his first murder. They even told us the address of the house. Looks like our anonymous tip came from the dentist himself, but that hasn't been verified yet. Oh, Dixon, don't go anywhere. So, Jack, listen. Dixon will take you to the station. You can bring your people up to speed. I'm looking forward to full cooperation, and it would be great if you could bag a criminal like this before you retire. A nice farewell. You know what I'm saying, Jack?
Yeah, a nice farewell.
And Dixon, Mr. Boyd will tell you where to take him. Come on, look alive. You're the police chief's driver today, if that's good enough for you. I'll come around to see you tonight. Buy us some beers, huh? But not that piss you normally drink. That stuff gives me wicked heartburn.
I'm too tired, I can hardly walk straight. Can I go home? No! Kazumi, you've asked this every single shift. Just go to bed an hour early. Get a good night's sleep. Same with you, Davenport. Man, these guys. Right, this will probably be the last day we do for this episode. So the dentist is in town. Bob Barnard and friends. Old Merkbow Reach. But it's crazy how often these cases are like copycat killers. You know, like the original like serial killers just like has gone off the radar completely. Like they've just quit, and then someone starts copying their methods and just assumes their identity. People are wild. We'll share this with our staff. Then we need to get James Duff. Let's quickly send out some officers. I'll send Austin and Kodu this way. Oh, Zootalaw. I have to wait till the next shift, don't I? Well, there's no time constraint on this. Let's just leave it. Right, serial murder. 21-year-old Alison Bell, City Hall intern, was brutally murdered at her apartment. You have to send 2 officers. Ah. Okay, Davenport, Armstrong, get on it. This is why we're hiring more detectives. Speaking of hiring more detectives, actually, is there a better officer? Yes, Maxim Powers. You are going to go into Shift A, I believe, my friend. Yes, Shift A needs it more. Perfect. And we have our 5 detectives now in Shift A. Okay, things are looking pretty good. Right, calls. Oh, stop clicking on things. We'll just leave these for another day, hopefully, and things will be fine. An assault in the residential area. And a beastman found himself stuck in an elevator, but when people attempted to help him out, he lashed out and began to strangle one of them. This is the 3rd time I'm late to work, and it's all because of this fucking elevator. Are you sure it's not because, you know, apparently you're so large, you get stuck in the elevator doors? I'm surprised that elevator cable's, you know, holding it intact. Right, Purdy, Timson, and Robert. Go lube up this guy and get him out the shaft. Right, serial murder, frames found. Ooh. Well, let's open the investigation, but this doesn't seem very useful. Detective Armstrong fell into the violent trap set by the dentist and was declared dead at the scene. Hazardous work. Mr. Boyd, after the needless death of Detective Armstrong, the guys had a quick word and we decided we can't keep on going on assignments like this without SWAT support. Oh! This is the guy that wanted the bodies. Hello, Jack. I suspect you don't like the dentist nickname any more than I do, but let's just say that's who I am and get down to business. Take a good look at the postcard I sent you. It points to a place where I hid something. Follow the clues. Keep on the trail. Let's just say there's a reason I'm giving you a chance to catch me, but don't dare share this clue with the feds, or the trail will go cold. I promise you. And hurry. If you don't figure out the right place in the next 24 hours, I'll destroy all the evidence and walk away. Great, thank you. We'll keep the clue. So I guess this is the clue. I can't really see this very well. Like a house. Is that like angels? Like cherubs maybe? Oh, card 1. So it looks like, I don't know, some battle with like angels and stuff. There's a house. Hey, angels, there's pizza with a halo above it. Do you think? Is this all I can do right now? Okay. Martin, Chief, you've got yourself into a really dangerous game, and you can't win without evidence on the dentist. You hold it in your hands, the key to what happened to the victims. Look closely at the image on the card. It will help you figure out where the evidence is hidden. Send your detectives, but don't go around blindly guessing. I doubt you have the resources to go to go to all the possible places in time. Proceed. This isn't my first rodeo. Don't bother me with this nonsense anymore. No, proceed. Right. Double olive pizza, sliced pizza, Holy House pizza. Do I have to send 2 people? Oh my god, I have to send 2 detectives. I don't have 2 detectives. What are the other ones doing? The double homicide. Can I archive this? What happens? Do I get my detectives back? Because I need to... Yes, I get them back. Okay. That's what I should do in situations like this. I'm going to send Mole, Davenport, and the SWAT. I hate that it takes up my SWAT. Okay, a lot is going on right now, game. Please don't harass me about this. An elderly concierge reports that he saw an angry girl through the window attacking someone's car with a baseball bat, yelling, "Get out, you painted white wretch! Come on! I know you can hear me! I will kill you myself!" Can people calm down in the city for just, like, you know, one evening or something? Can you just not murder... Oh my god. Can you just not murder each other? Mr. Boyd, my attempts to raise the ratings of Justice for All failed, and I was let go. But I'm getting ready to launch a new TV project, this time about the harsh everyday life of ordinary police officers. For the pilot episode, I need 2 cops who we can ride around with for several hours. We'll go around the city in the police car and record various real-life stories. Your officers will be awarded $300, and you'll get a more impressive bonus. This time we do have a real budget. You take Kudo and Roka then. Because I need the money. I wish I could get these guys. Do I risk this? Let's just wait. I will just wait. I kind of want them to be doing something right now, rather than, you know, just sitting on their hands. Alright, we dealt with the assault. Well done. A rat amongst us. Jack, Officer Trebor somehow learned about the postcard from the dentist, and he's up in arms that you've been suppressing evidence. He demanded that I take immediate action, or he's taken this directly to the prosecutor's office. I convinced him to sit on it for a couple more days, but we have to do something fast. Okay. At the serial murder, you've discovered evidence evidence hidden by the dentist. Some yellow sheet. I mean, isn't that just for this? You know, yellow, 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 yellow? Right?
410A complete.
Attempted murder report. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Well done. Well, does that mean I went to the wrong place? Oh my god, we've got another thing. Arson at the Freeburg Birth Control Unit. 3 people died in a blaze at the Freeburg Birth Control Unit. Kazuma, can you just deal with this alone right now? Derek Allen. Chief, thank you for your wonderful help. I think it'll make a great TV series. In fact, we ran out of true stories and had to improvise a little. What are you talking about? And I think someone blurted out something not very nice about the police and about your about you personally. But don't take it to heart. 10k! And you know what? You can say whatever you like about me for 10k. I'll take it. Right, we're leaving these 2. Okay, we have all the officers back. Just in time. A theft and a fraud. Let's go to the theft first. Michael Gibson. Or Gypsum. It's probably Gypsum. Is it Gippy or, you know, Jiffy? Gypsum? Gibson? I don't know. was only away from his vegetable shop for 2 minutes and someone managed to steal a big cart filled with watermelons. I brought that hauler a month ago. Bright orange, easy to spot. The thing weighs almost 500 pounds, so they can't have got him far. Okay, Florida, chase them down, and we'll send the sprightly... Ooh, will I send the sprightly Robert? Hang on. We'll send Timson, Austin. That's all you're getting. How much did it cost to kill someone again? Interesting. Fortune Bank. A bank employee reports a suspicious man came into the bank. He's obviously trying to cash a forged check. The cashier also says the man is hiding something under his jacket. I'm not saying we're going to take a risk here, but you know what? Robert, why not lead this investigation and take Kudu? Right, the arson investigation has started. Ms. Ayers. So she was Michael Ayers' nurse. What? I'm trying to just work out the chain of events here. Who's Michael Ayers? Whatever. I was about to go home when the building suddenly lost power, and it got really quiet. Then I heard a muffled noise like a little clap from just down the street. The building had about 10 employees. I didn't notice the smoke at first, and when I saw the fire it began to yell, but it was too late. Some people just didn't make it out. Mrs. James. At the time of the tragedy, I should have already been home. I was just leaving, and I ran into Ronald Sherman on the street. He's the ex-husband of one of our patients, who decided not to have a child after she consulted with a Freeburg birth control union. After that, Mr. Sherman openly quarreled with his wife. I understand he beats her, and later they divorced. Since then, he's come to her offices several times, and on the evening of the fire, he was standing across the road, wearing a large backpack. He made a point of walking past me, and he muttered something in the spirit of burn to hell, bitch. I thought how close I already was to hell, if people could wear such ugly red sweaters. And Mr. Gadaviz. The fire was started with a small plastic canister filled with an accelerant, which was thrown from the street through an open window. When the fire began, the building was already without power, which interfered with the usual evacuation plan. Damage to the external cables showed that they were not cut, but simply pulled away from the wall by force. What a monster. We'll catch this guy, don't worry. Anyway, can I... So we're still doing this. So that's the evidence I got for doing this. Can I archive this? No, you can't. Like, if I reopen this case, can I reuse my detectives now? Thank you. Right, across the market there's an elderly couple rolling a big blue cart filled with fruit that looks like watermelons. Hit the man with a nightclub and then twist the woman down behind her back and throw it to the ground. Interrogate the elderly couple or continue to search for the criminals. Interrogate them. This might literally just be an accident. Around the farmer's market there are 3 carts. One of them is orange, filled with watermelons. 3 women are carrying something over to a small truck. Good day, ladies. Did you see anyone suspicious coming through here? Perhaps some watermelon stealing scumbags. Arrest the women, or watch until someone goes to the orange cart. I'm going to ask that. Offender caught. Brilliant. You know, someone might, I guess, try to sell them watermelons off the street. It might not have been them. We don't want to false arrest someone. The suspect is sitting in a chair, obviously very nervous. He is very agitated when he sees the police and starts banging his foot on the floor. Rush the suspect. The man suddenly jumps up and grabs the woman standing next to him. Could he not grab Robert, putting a huge knife to her throat? He knows the police are here for him. My friend, you're going to find yourself in a body bag. You better release that hostage quick. I know it's not your fault, just let's just go down to the station and talk about this. Let go of the woman and get out of here. We're not here for you. Let's go with the middle one.
1310 complete.
Well done, Robert. Never mind. Robert. Right, trespassing on a farm. Bill Buckler said that no less than 20 cultists have taken up residence on his farm. They claim that the house and the surrounding acreage belong to them. The Lord has given to us this land for our suffering, according to Buckler's unwanted guess. Some of the cultists are armed. Right, Purdy, Shaw, Coachy, Roca, and the paddy wagon. Go see what these guys are up to. Probably up to nefarious means, admittedly. Right, it's getting late. We're gonna have to deal with the Robert situation. Or maybe we just let it slide? I don't know. I kind of think that might lead to a game over. I don't want to spend more money for the sands, but maybe that's what we have to do. Okay. They're all good. Great job. Dealt with the cultists. How does this work? Not just yet. Like, you've already let me down once, Mafia. I don't know. Part of me wants to try and, you know, deal with him of my own accord. Like, maybe we can bribe him or something. I just want to see where it goes. I mean, fairness to us, like the perps, like, you know, don't tell anyone about this, or like the case is gonna go cold. So like we had to deal with it. Anyway, we got 3 new frames with this, but it's not enough for us. Guy sets fire to accelerant, throws it through window. I mean, they're not the same. He doesn't walk through the building that we know. So I don't think that frame is right. And the double homicide. Right, this might be enough frames now. So he entered with a grey coat, right? Where was it? Unbuttoned grey coat. It's not this. So he tried to pay with a... He handed a credit card. Is it this? Look at us solving a case. Rob Lawrence, unemployed, previously convicted for burglary, and now double counts of murder. Okay, we will send... You know what? We're going to send Florida and Timpson. We're not going to mess around with this. It's nice just to solve one of these detective things instantaneously, though, and not mess about with it for multiple sessions. But that one felt logical to me. Okay, we're going to see this out. Right, double homicide. Offender caught. Plus 20s all around. And case closed. That frees up our detectives to, you know, continue working on the dentist case. Brilliant. We'll declare the detective dead, because I think I'm going to need all the detectives I can get. Can I declare this guy dead as well? Order to work tomorrow. Well, we'll declare this guy dead as well. I need
so
more
I went
officers.
downstairs figuring I'd find some mercenary or an escaped serial killer or some other lowlife I'd put away, right? But when I hit the lights, I saw a young kid. Couldn't have been 20. Skinny, dirty. Didn't even have a real weapon, just a rusty shiv. He just stood there, didn't say anything. My whole career, I've been staring down the most dangerous people in the country, and the only one to get into my house and scare my family to death was just some kid about to crap his pants. And I pointed my gun at him, and he just stood there with his mouth open.
Bad luck for him.
He was pretty lucky to still be alive. And you know what? It was you that saved him.
I think you have me confused with somebody else, Ethan.
No. Listen. All these years, me and Marla joked about how dangerous my job is. We figured that sooner or later someone would sneak into our house and cut us to pieces, yeah? Pretty dark jokes, but innocent enough. And Marla asks me, not to jump into gunfights when she kisses me on the cheek before I leave for work. It's like we figured that if we joke about stuff like that, then it'll never actually happen. But while I trained my gun at the kid's nose, I finally realized someone really can get into our house. Someone really can cut us to pieces. Now that it finally happened, I can't make any more jokes like that. Marla won't laugh anymore. She'll burst into tears and stay in bed all day crying, hating me more and more every second. So I figured the only way out of the situation was to show her that if someone really does dare to break into our house, he's guaranteed to get a bullet in the face. He'll die right there on the living room carpet.
God, Ethan, didn't know you were so bloodthirsty.
I'm telling you, Jack, I was serious about shooting this kid right there where he stood. I was about to pull the trigger. But then I remembered you. Remembered 1,000 years ago, we went to the lake and had some beers after an ethics lecture at the academy. I was all angry with that professor, Laszlo, yeah. Remember what he always told us? Being a good policeman is very simple. You just need to keep doing the right thing. I hated those pretentious speeches. I cussed Laszlo up and down and said, if you always do what's right, you've turned yourself into a robot. And you just sat there, drunk eyes staring into the distance. And you were all calm and said, no, Ethan, it's the other way around. To do the right thing takes everything you got as a human.
I said that? Oh, what an idiot I was.
Come on, Jack, it's not funny. When things get bad, it's those moments you gotta be hopeful and stay human. And I did just like you said. I stayed human. And then I slapped the cuffs on the kid in one quick move. Just like Bobby Flash.
Bobby Flash?
What? You don't remember Evening Freeburg, the old news column? Stories about the cop hero Bobby Flash? Yeah, I heard they even published a book a few years ago.
Oh, that Bobby Flash.
Yeah, that Bobby Flash. How can you not remember Bobby Flash? We all argued at junior high about which one of us would be Bobby Flash when he grows up. Oh, I'm no Bobby Flash. A hero cop would never think about shooting a terrified teenager. But wait a minute. If I'm not Bobby Flash, then maybe you are.
Yeah, maybe so.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I'll just quickly have a peek at this, okay? Sure. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Sure, it's the same message. We're going to leave it there for this episode. Bit of a long one, but I said I would give a bit of a long one because I think the last one was a bit short. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Things getting wild. The dentist, the serial killer, is in Freeburg, and we have to catch that son of a gun. And just a lot's going on in the city. There's a lot of crime apparently in little old Freeburg. Anyway, see you in the next episode. Goodbye.